All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. Back at it with another throwback tunes on another Thursday. So, if you recall last week, I reviewed the first disc of the Outkast double disc, which is called Speakerboxxx / TheLoveBelow. So last week I reviewed Speakerboxxx, which was mostly done by Big Boy of the Outkast. So this week it's now TheLoveBelow, which is mostly done by Andre 3000. So in case you don't know all the info behind this one, here it is. So this joint came out September 3rd, 2003. It was recorded from 2002 to 2003. And the producers involved were Andre 3000, who was also executive producer, along with Big Boy, obviously. L.A. Reid was executive producer as well. And then the regular producers involved were Carl Mo, Mr. DJ, Cutmaster Swift, and Dojo 5. All right. So, a little bit of background info. I gave some of it last week. Now, I'm going to give you more this week, because I did learn something that was very interesting. So, check this out. So, talking about the TheLoveBelow album, Andre 3000 was recording that album from his home. So, he was using Pro Tools software in addition to a drum machine, keyboards, and various synthesizers. He enjoyed the atmosphere of recording at home instead of a studio, saying to XXL, and I quote here, "It didn't start in the studio because if you have a bunch of people around, they're coming from the party and I'm in there singing falsetto." Hope I said that correctly. "Those vibes didn't match," end quote. His initial sessions were hampered by his inexperience with Pro Tools and unaware how to edit his recordings. He opted to record songs such as Pink and Blue in their entirety. Other gear used include the Avion VT737SP and the AD2055 EQ and AD2044 compressors for his vocals. After creating 5 songs, he informed Big Boy of the solo project he had been working on. Now, Big Boy had already recorded some songs when Andre 3000 had contacted him, but after their conversation, he decided his next project would be Speakerboxxx. Describing his approach in the studio, Big Boy later commented to XXL himself, and I quote here, "The idea was just to keep it funky, keep it jamming. It's always bass heavy, and lyricism is all about lyrics, taking pride in your pen and your pad," end quote. His favorite song to record was Unhappy, which was crazy. He spent several days working on Unhappy's hook before driving to his mother's home and playing the song in her driveway, to which she responded enthusiastically. There we go. At some point in the recording, the project moved to Outkast Stankonia Studios in downtown Atlanta, which had been used to record Outkast's previous release in Namesake. John Fry, the studio manager and an engineer, would later recognize that much of the media attention surrounding the album's recording and was concerned with Andre 3000's and Big Boy's working relationship and why they have chosen to record separately. He concedes that both enjoy working solo and were doing so more frequently, but they continue to share and critique each other's music. John Fry also describes how the format of the projects changed rapidly. Initially intended as 2 separate solo releases, which is why I am reviewing these albums as solo albums, they decided to merge their work and create a soundtrack album as Andre 3000 had initially intended. The duo then began preparing to work on a motion picture, but reconsidered and compromised by interpolating background noises into songs, such as the slamming of car doors and footsteps. They eventually settled on releasing a double album. Fry noted the end of the recording sessions as particularly stressful for Andre 3000, who he described as draining from working at 4 studios simultaneously. In total, an estimated 120 songs were recorded for Speakerboxxx / TheLoveBelow. That is crazy, if I do say so myself. So that's very interesting. All right, so now I already talked about the accolades and the charts and things like that nature. So now what we're gonna do is talk about the tracks from TheLoveBelow. So here we go. We got 20 tracks. 4 of them. Okay, and then here's where things get weird. Okay, there's like, let me double count this. 1, 2, 3. 4 of them are skits, and then one of them. Wait, did I count 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them are skits. Yeah, and one of them is unique. It's mostly a beat, so I tossed that aside. So I can still give you guys a top 5, not a top 3. So the first track is called TheLoveBelow Intro. So and obviously intro is in parentheses. So yeah, there you go with that. Second track is called Love Hater, followed by God, which is an interlude, which is in parentheses, performed by Andre 3000. Track number 4 is called Happy Valentine's Day, followed by Spread. Then next up is another interlude, so basically a skit. Where Are My Panties, ? And then interlude was in parentheses, performed by Andre 3000 and Tony Hunter. Followed by Prototype, and we kind of talked about that song last week, so I'll refresh your memory on that song this week. Then we got She Lives in My Lap featuring Rosario Dawson. Then we got, oh yeah, y'all should know this one, Hey Y'all, followed by Roses. And then after that, we got Good Day, Good Sir interlude. So that's another skit. That one performed by Benjamin Andre and Farnsworth Bentley, followed by Behold a Lady. And then next up is Pink and Blue. I mentioned that earlier. Then we got Love and War, followed by She's Alive. Then we got Dracula's Wedding featuring Kellis. And then we got My Favorite Things. There's some info behind that joint right there. That's actually the one that is really a beat and not a song. Then we got Take Off Your Cool featuring Nora Jones, followed by Vibrate. And the last track off this album is A Life in the Day of Benjamin Andre. And then in parentheses, Incomplete, which is very interesting, if I do say so. So let's go over these songs, shall we? So the first song I'm going to go over is Prototype. Now, this is not, normally when I talk about these songs, the singles rather, it's in order of like whenever they released, but I'm not doing that this week because both albums have songs that came out on, you know, that different days and all that stuff. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that this time around. So let me refresh your memory on Prototype. So this joint came out November 22nd, 2004. It came out the same time as Ghetto Music, which was on Big Boy's album, Speakerboxxx. So there you go with that. Now, here's the deal. I did not know about this part right here. Prototype actually did have a music video. I have not seen that music video. And apparently it had a white-haired Andre 3000 who, after landing on Earth with other interstellar travelers, falls in love with a woman played by model and actress Michelle Van der Walter, or Water, excuse me, in a idyllic rural area. So, yeah, there you go with that. And the song did make the charts. I mentioned that last week. So it was 43rd out in Australia. It was, wait a minute. No. Oh, yeah. I'm right. Okay. It was 15th in Finland. It was 85th in Germany. It was 63rd in the US Hot R&B/hip-hop songs charts. And that's it. So yeah, there you go with that right there. Next up is Hey Y'all. So again, a number of y'all should really, if you follow Outkast, then you should know about this song. So this song obviously performed by Andre 3000. Obviously, this joint came out September 9th, 2003. There is a music video for this. I was actually watching this before I started recording this video, and the song popularized the phrase "take it like a Polaroid picture." And the Polaroid Corporation used the song to revitalize the public's perception of its product, which is pretty crazy if I do say so myself. There's a bunch of information on this song, and it got a lot of accolades. So check this out. So it won the BET Award, and all of this was in 2004. It won the BET Award for Video of the Year, and it was nominated for Viewer Choice Award. And at the Grammys, it was nominated for Record of the Year and Best Music Video of the Year, but it did win Best Urban/Alternative Performance. And at the iHeartRadio Much Music Video Awards, weird title, it won the award for Best International Group Video, and it was nominated for People's Choice Favorite International Group Award, which is funny. Then we got the MTV Europe Music Awards, and it won Best Song and Best Video. And then we got the MTV Video Music Awards. It was nominated for Best Direction and won the following: Video of the Year, Best Hip Hop Video, Best Visual Effects, and Best Art Direction. And then at the MTV Video Music Awards Japan, it was nominated for Video of the Year and Best Pop Video. Didn't win either one. Then at the, this is new, the NAACP Image Awards, it was nominated for Outstanding Music Video and Outstanding Song, but won the award for Outstanding Duo or Group. And then at the Soul Train Music Awards, it won Best Video of the Year. So, and there's a little background info rather, for the music video. So the song's music video, directed by Brian Barber, is a conceptually similar to the video for former Beatles Paul McCartney song Coming Up, but it's also based on the Beatles' landmark appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show on February 9, 1964. However, it sets the action in London. The beginning and end of the video blend with those of The Way You Move so that the two can be watched in either order. And I quote, The Way You Move / Hey Y'all video, combining both clips with a bridging sequence, was released on the Outkast The Videos DVD. After listening to the song, Barber was inspired to create a video around the Beatles' appearance on Sullivan's show based on the song's musical structure, but Andre 3000 had never seen this footage. Barber showed the footage to Andre 3000 and came up with the idea of reversing the British invasion by having the American band TheLoveBelow become popular on a British television program. The music video was filmed in 2 days in August 2003 on a soundstage at Universal Studios in LA. The cast included more than 100 women. Each of Andre 3000's parts was shot several times from different angles, and he performed the song 23 times during the course of filming. Because releasing Hey Y'all as a single was a last-minute decision, Andre did not have time to choreograph the parts, and all of the dancing was improvised, which is pretty cool. Ice Cold 3000 sequences were the first film, resulting in the character's energetic performance, and John Vulture's were the last. So Andre, exhausted from the previous take, sat on a stool for those sequences. The video has also similarities with the video for Phil Collins' song Two Hearts, where Collins played all the band members as well. So yeah, there you go with that. And then obviously it had cover version. I'm afraid to look at the charts. Oh gosh, yeah, okay, I knew why. So it was number 4 out in Austria, excuse me. 18th on Flanders, 10th in Wallonia, 2nd in Denmark, 10th in Finland, 7th in France, 6th in Germany, 5th in Hungary, 2nd in Ireland, 3rd in Italy, 22nd in the Netherlands, 2nd in New Zealand, 9th in Switzerland, 3rd in the UK singles charts, 13th in the US Adult Top 40, 16th in the US Alternate Songs, 9th in the US Hot R&B / Hip Hop Songs, 34th in the US Hot Latin Songs, and it was number 1 in the following: Australia, Canada, Norway, Sweden, the UK R&B charts, the US Billboard Hot 100, the US Mainstream Top 40, and the US Whitman charts. And by the end of the year 2003, it was 61st out in Australia, 173rd in Germany, 2001st in the Netherlands, 9th in Sweden, and 68 in the UK singles chart. Oh God, it's not over. By the end of the year 2004, it was 15th in Australia, so it picked up. Interesting. 5th in the Australian urban charts, that's new. 16th in Austria, 35th in Wallonia, 42nd in France, 36th in Germany, 98th in the Netherlands, 47th in New Zealand, 33rd in Sweden, 31st in Switzerland, 25th in the UK singles charts, 8th in the US Billboard Hot 100, 49th in the US Hot R&B / Hip Hop Songs charts, and 7th in the US Pop Songs. By the end of the decade, 2009, it was 74th out in Australia and 20th in the US Billboard Hot 100. Now, in the 2017 charts, it was 67th out in Poland, and on the all-time charts, it is 145th in the US Billboard Hot 100. And it was double platinum out in Australia and in the United Kingdom, selling like 140,000 copies in Australia, 1.2 million copies in the United Kingdom. It was gold in Canada with 20,000 copies, platinum in Italy with 50,000 copies, gold in New Zealand with 5,000 copies, platinum in Norway with 10,000 copies, platinum in Sweden with 20,000 copies, and platinum in the US with 1 million copies sold. Hey Y'all is really popular. Like, I ain't gonna front. Hey Y'all is probably, arguably, Outkast's most well-known song, and probably their most successful song. I crap you not. And in fact, in 2009, Billboard named it as the 20th most successful song of the 2000s in the United States. So, yeah, this joint was really, really good, man. Like, without question. Now, let's move on to Roses. So, this joint came out May 25th, 2004, and there is a music video for this song right here. Now, here's the thing about this song. Out of all the songs or all the tracks in the TheLoveBelow disc, this song, Roses, is the only song to feature Big Boy. That's it. I crap you not. No other song on the TheLoveBelow feature Big Boy. And going back to the Speakerboxxx, only 3 songs out there feature Andre 3000. I forgot to mention that last week, but I did wanted to point that out as well. Only 3 songs from that album feature rather Andre 3000. But yeah, there you go with that. All right, so and those 3 songs I believe are Ghetto Music and War and Church. Oh yeah, Church without question. And I believe War as well. Either War or Knowing the Art of Storytelling Part 3. One of those. But yeah, there you go with that. All right, let's get back to Roses. So the music video heavily references the stage musical West Side Story and features cameo appearances from Paula Abdul, Lucas Haas, Kevin McDonald, Farnsworth Bentley, members of the Dungeon family, Cat Williams, I'm gonna butcher this first name, Fonzon Love, and D. Ray Davis. An unknown person is flipped. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about the music video. I'm pretty sure most of you guys seen this. I remember seeing it a while back, but it's been a good minute. Okay, now let's get to the charts. It was 14th in Argentina, 2nd in Australia, 18th in Austria, 47th on Flanders, 10th in Wallonia, 15th in both Denmark and Europe, 21st in Germany, 6th in Ireland, 22nd in the Netherlands, 5th in New Zealand, 9th in Norway, 65th in Switzerland, 4th in the UK singles charts, 3rd in the UK R&B charts, 9th in the US Billboard Hot 100, 12th in the US Billboard Hot R&B/hip hop songs and tracks, number 1 on the US Billboard Hot Rap tracks, 7th on the US Billboard Rhythm Top 40, and 2nd on the US Billboard Mainstream Top 40. So this was a pretty good song as well. Got gold out in Australia with 35,000 copies sold, gold in Denmark with 45,000 copies sold, gold in the United States with 500,000 copies sold, and silver in the United Kingdom with 200,000 copies sold. So yeah, there you go with that. All right, so and one more song that I want to talk about, and that is this, my favorite thing. So here's the thing about this song. First of all, this ain't even a song, this is a beat. And this is weird because this joint was originally established is a show tune from the 1950s Rodgers and Hammerstein musical The Sound of Music. So this joint obviously originated from, that joint back in the day. Is obviously jazz and pop. And I believe what Andre 3000 did was just add some drums to it, and that was it. I have not heard the original. I just heard Andre 3000 version. And when I look at the My Favorite Thing song, there was no mention of Andre 3000 or Outkast or TheLoveBelow or anything like that. So that was pretty interesting as well. So again, that was more of a beat that somebody else already made, and I guess Andre 3000 just put drums on it, and that was it. All right, so let me give you guys my favorite tracks off this part of the album for what's the first. So again, I'm not counting My Favorite Things because that's the instrumental. The tempo's cool though. Melody and sample is cool. Drums are cool. The track is cool. All right, Pink and Blue, ironically enough, is the worst track off this album. It starts off with Age Ain't Nothing But a Number sample that lasted for like 30 seconds to a minute or so. Then the beat comes on, and it was misleading because it had nothing to do with that song. The drums were unique, but the melody was bland, so the track overall was decent. Next up is Behold a Lady. The melody was bland, the kick was bland, the snare was straight though, track was decent right here. Rose is next. The melody was straight, the snare was bland, but the kick was straight. I like the tempo though, and the track overall was straight. Take Off Your Cool. It's a unique track. There's no drums here. The melody is straight, unique mellow out track though, and overall the track is straight. Next up is Happy Valentine's Day. The title and the lyrics for the song was highly unusual. So, singing a song about Valentine's Day, it's kind of weird, I think. There's nothing wrong with weird, but this one was really weird. I like the drums though, the melody was cool, overall the track was cool. Love Hater it starts with a crazy guitar from the 60s. That's what it sounds like. It then turned into a jazzy joint. The guitar came back for the hook though. Drums was cool, overall the track was pretty cool. She Lives in My Lap. The melody was bland at times, aside from the keys, and when Rosario sings. The guitar is cool. Really like the tempo here and the drum pattern. I like the kick drum as well. Snare is cool, overall the track is cool. Hey y'all, really like the tempo here. Kick is cool. I like the snare and claps here. The melody is cool, overall the track is cool. Vibrate. Melody is cool with the reverse effect used as most of the track with the saxophone and piano here. Overall the track is cool. Then we got Dracula's Ready, where the tempo is cool, the melody is cool. Should've used a more bassy kick. The snare is cool though. Overall the track is pretty cool. Alright, so now my top 5 favorite tracks off this album. A Life in a Day of Benjamin Andre, incomplete. Really like the tempo and the drums here. The melody is cool, even though it's changing at times, but the melody as a whole could be better. it's like a freestyle format here, and he, you know, sound like he freestyling here, but the track is pretty cool nevertheless. Fourth best track off this album is She's Alive, and melody at the start of the beat was really cool. Then the melody changed and it was just cool after that. I like the kick used here. The snare is cool and it's a mellow out track. The track overall is pretty cool. Then we got Love and War. The melody is cool here. The drum pattern is unique, but a traditional pattern would be better here. You should have used a different kick. I like how the claps were used in this one. And this is a potential track right here, and the track is cool. So yeah, it's got a lot. It got a lot of potential right here. Second best track off this album is Spray. I like the unique tempo. The melody is really cool. Really like the kick drum. The snare is cool. Overall, the track is really cool. And then the number one track off this album is Prototype. Mellow out joint right here. I really like the melody and drums. The bass is really cool. Track is really cool without question. Alright, so as promised from last week, I'm gonna give you guys some professional ratings for the Double Disc album as a whole. Metacritic gives it a 91 out of 100. And AllMusic gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Blender gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Entertainment Weekly gave it an A. The Guardian gave it 5 stars. The Independent gave it 5 stars. LA Times gave it 4 stars. Now, when I say 5, 5, 4, this is 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 4 out of 4. NME gave it an 8 out of 10. Same with Pitchfork Media. Rolling Stones gave it 3 out of 5. And the Village Voice gave it an A-. So what do I think about The Love Below? Okay, so here's what I think about The Love Below. So, like I said, you know, last week video, when I heard this album when it first dropped, I said that I like Speakerboxxx more than The Love Below. But after listening to it, like, I had to give it more credit than I did when I first got it. Like, it's okay. It's better than I originally thought. I would say that. So I'm gonna give this album a 3 out of 5 stars. And if you want, I recommend you download it. If you want, like, outside of, obviously they got classics like Roses and especially Hey Y'all. Those are definite classics. But I mean, you know, there's not enough here that speaks out to me in my opinion. So if you're like a big fan of Outkast, then I recommend you get Hey Y'all, maybe Roses from this album and go from there. Now, in terms of what I would rate this album, well, this Double Disc album as a whole. So if you recall last week, I gave Speakerboxxx a 3.75 out of 5. So if you add the two together and then you look at the average, you get the average from both these albums combined, it averaged around 3.375 out of 5. So I'm gonna round that up to 3.5. The Double Disc album as a whole is 3.5 out of 5. I recommend that you download the entire Double Disc album. If you're trying to get both of them. If you're trying to get both as is. So yeah, there you go with that. But if you're trying to get them one at a time, Speakerboxxx again, I recommend you download it. And then in regards to The Love Below, download it if you want. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this review. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.